Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to do the second part to these nails, and we are just going to do a nice little layover. So I have Young Nails Protein Bond, which is your primer, and I'm just going to sweep that across, and it spreads out on its own. Which is like the best part about this. All right, I'm gonna start off with Manicure instead of gelish foundation because I'm wanting to apply this with a flatter brush because I'm gonna try to get super in there. So you can get this from the Nail Hub. The Nail Hub is now allowing purchases of their Light Elegance Pro products. Okay, unloading that brush. And just kind of going side to side. Taking that brush close to the cuticle. And then down the side, sweeping to the center. Kind of gliding it across. Gonna pull back my cuticle here. Steady with my pinky. And rotate down. Like so. And then just smooth it out. And I'm gonna cure that. Coming in with our pointer, taking most of it off the brush. Okay, now I'm gonna push back to the cuticle and pull down. Pulling the cuticle from the underside here. I mean, this is primarily to show you guys, but just moving it to the side. And I looked up for a second and it was out of focus. So let's talk about it one more time. Okay, putting that little dollop on, spreading it out. Coming down the sides, again, moving to the center. So we're keeping it away from that edge. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna push back to the cuticle area. Pull down. And pull down. And then just even it out. Okay, and I'm gonna repeat that on these guys. I'm gonna take Ringmaster, mix that bad boy up, grabbing my Light Elegance 4 brush, and this I have for color. Again, unloading that brush. Pushing back to the cuticles, holding my cuticle walls or my side walls out of the way. Bringing it over. Grabbing a larger bead. Now remember, color gel is not for structure, so we applied our slip layer and we will encapsulate this, so don't be afraid to give yourself a little bit more color gel versus the structure, because you're going to add the structure on top and then we will do a final layer of the color. Realized I didn't do my thumb, and normally I start off with my thumb. You can see a little bit of red gets in there because I had red in my previous set on this brush, so there might be a little bit of red on the brush, but it'll literally go away. Okay, now coming back to that cuticle and pushing back and pulling forward. Grabbing that larger bead and just swiping it down. And taking it over that free edge. Okay, let's do it again. Unload the brush. Push back to that cuticle. Whoa, that just went everywhere. All right, crisis averted. So you want to get most of, no, you want to get that gel off, not most. You want to get that gel off your skin because that slip layer is telling you where you want that gel to go. So the bigger bead is going to even itself out on your nail. Don't be afraid to grab a detailer brush. Since I have super deep sidewalls, I tend to need them to push it down to the sides. So I had to go eat lunch and y'all are gonna laugh at me. I came back and started filing and I'm like, man, these don't look right. It's because they're not, because I didn't build up the structure layer. So Don't do what I did, but it's fine. Thankfully, it doesn't need to be wet gel to go on top, so it's literally fine. I'm taking cool gel, and we're gonna do the exact same thing. I don't have that much on my brush because we are going to do a slip layer and then that larger bead. And don't worry about the green or whichever color you are using being uneven. The best part about the sandwich technique is you do a final layer on top. So once you do this and you file, you come back in and you do your final layer to smooth everything out. Pulling back the cuticle. Again, these aren't super extended nails, so my larger bead is going to be smaller. So I put it in the back third, and I'm just pulling it down some. My office is very cold, and this gel is not as runny as One Step, so this one is going to take a second to self-level. So I'm flipping my hand upside down to bring the gel back to center. So when you have your hand upright, the gel goes like this. But when you flip it upside down, the gel goes like this. So this is what we are working with, and we will give it a light file. But you can see there's a little apex. There's a little bit more in the back here than I would like. So what I'm gonna do when I file, I'm gonna kind of address this area. Because the nails are so short, you do not need a large apex, and that is the beauty here. So you can see we are flat here, so I'm gonna add just the tiny little apex right there. So applying our slip layer, thought I had more on there. Unloading the brush, again moving to the back while we apply this slip layer. Coming around the side. There we go. Grabbing that larger bead. Again, we don't need a lot. So back third, and since it is a little bit cooler, like I said in my office, I'm probably going to need to help this gel a little bit more than I normally would. Because I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna use a thicker viscosity gel this time, meaning essentially how well it flows. And I didn't take into account that my office is also cold. Okay, these are literally taking forever to level out. So I'll be doing probably a lot of cutting. I should just switch to One Step, but I've already committed to the cool gel, so we're gonna just stick with it. Again, just guiding it. I kind of decided to swipe it down the sides first to see if I can get it to move a little bit more evenly because it's so cold. Okay. Again, I always bring it over the edge so it does not pull back. Gonna flip it upside down. time to file these bad boys. And I am just using a hand file, not an e-file, but you are more than welcome to do that. So I'm just taking a 100, I guess it'll be flipped. So a 100, 180. I like to kind of push back the cuticles and then come down and go along the outside. Because I want it to be as flush as possible to my natural nail, so grow out looks better. Going to buff. Coming in for our final layer. And since I mixed this up, there is a ton of bubbles, so I'm hoping that the side that I just popped is not as bad. Okay, unloading the brush. And I am scraping this on. So it's not like I am floating. I truly am scraping this on because I just put all that effort into my shape, and I will touch up the shape before the top coat ever so slightly, but not a ton. Taking super shiny, and this bottle is almost at the end. Unloading the brush. Okay. taking Model 1's cuticle oil. This is one of the newer ones that I got, and if you guys watched that video, it was at the end of, I don't even remember at this point. My nails need so much cuticle oil, it's not even funny. Like, not even funny. I like to work it in with a dry, hear that? Dry cloth. So here we go, all finished. I just did this one, so my hands are like, I hate you. But I love a good natural overlay. I just think there is something to having your nails just look put together. These are not thick, and that is the point. They are supposed to be thin, but fully opaque with that color builder gel. And I just think these look fantastic. And I was super happy to chop off my nails this time. But you know, next video will probably be like, I want them extra long. No, not really. So, all right guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.